Hey guys, welcome to this one. And we're going to take a look at how to install MySQL on macOS. So we're going to start by opening up Safari. And once that's open, we're going to go to the mysql.com website. And this site can be pretty intimidating if you're new. If you wanted to check out the documentation here, and you jump down to MySQL reference manual, and you jump over here to installing and upgrading, depending on your operating system or your platform, you can choose the appropriate ways to install MySQL. And at the end of the day, it just depends on what platform you want to do. If you want to do a native install using a package, you would click here, and then you could go right to this point here, this link, and it'll bring you here. But I mean, that's a lot. The easiest way, if you first come here and you're at mysql.com, just scroll down to the very bottom here and hit the MySQL community server. And then from here, you can pick whether your operating system is Mac, Windows, Debian, Unix, Linux, whatever. And then you just pick your version. So if you're on the Mac, you could choose Intel version or the Silicon version. And then from here, it would narrow it down. You grab your DMG archive, and then you would download and install and follow the instructions. But as of this recording, we're at 8.027, and we're not going to take this approach. If you want to use the, once again, like the native DMG archive approach, you can do that. We're going to use Homebrew. So if you guys have been following along with the channel, there is an installation video for Homebrew and how to set that up. You will need that. So we're going to open up Terminal, and we're going to do a brew, and we're going to search for MySQL, and it's going to populate the different types of formulas that we can grab. So if you needed, version 5.7 or any other type of connector or client, you can grab it here. But for our purposes, we're just going to grab this MySQL version here, and we're going to type in brew, install, and you're going to type in MySQL. And then we're going to run this command. And then this might take a minute depending on your machine, so just be patient. And when it's done, we'll jump to the next step. So once the installation is done, we're going to do what's called a start the service. So we're going to say brew services. And the services that we're going to choose is start, and it's going to be MySQL. All right, so once we have the service started, then we can just secure this installation. So we'll copy this command up here, and we'll paste this in. So for now, I'm just going to choose 0, and then I'm going to provide a password. So the estimated strength of the password is about 50. So you can choose the strength or how strong you want this password to be, and it'll tell you, how strong the password is that you've chosen for the root user. For the next item, we're also going to choose yes, and we're going to remove any anonymous users. And in this case, I'm going to choose yes. And we're going to disallow root login remotely. And for this case, I'm also going to choose yes. And remove any test databases. For now, we're just going to say yes as well. Okay. We're also going to choose yes. Okay, then it's all done. All right, so now we need to kind of restart the service. So we're going to say brew, and we're going to type in services, and we're going to stop MySQL. So this will shut down and stop the MySQL service that's running in the background, or the Daemon, or Daemon, however you want to say that. So if I was to type in MySQL, it'd give me a connection error, unable to connect to the server because we had stopped the service. If we were to manually restart this or manually start this, we could say mysql.server and start. Now that command is not being found because I typed MySQL wrong. Apologies. So it'll start back up the server. And in this case, if I was to type in MySQL one more time. So the error message we're getting here, it says that we're denied for williamsk at localhost using password no. Since we created a password at the very beginning of this here, we use the MySQL secure installation command, then we have to approach this a little bit differently. So down here, we'll have to type in MySQL, and we're going to go -u, and we're going to choose root, and we're going to go -p, which is for the password. So we're going to enter our password, whatever password that you chose. So type that password in. At this point, you'll see the terminal with this indication that you're in MySQL. And you can check that quickly by just typing in show databases, and then that will show you a list of databases that are actually available by default when you install MySQL. We can exit this by typing the word exit, and we could do a MySQL-v, MySQL-version. So as you can see, Homebrew installed version 8.0.27. For the version of the Mac that I'm using the ARM chipset, and this is done by the Homebrew package manager. It's essentially the same as going through the native installation and kind of installing it here using the DMG archive. So let's just close this, and we'll also clear this. I like my MySQL just kind of run in the background, so I don't have to start and stop it depending on what I'm doing. You can repeat that command and say mysql.server and stop it. It's up to you to decide which one you prefer, and you can connect to MySQL either way by using mysql.server start or mysql.server stop when you're done. But I just like to have this one brew. I'll just tab up real quickly here. So that way that service is being started in the background, running with what we call a Daemon, which is just a service that's running in the background. So MySQL is a great tool when we start using frameworks like Laravel or other database reliant applications. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, or let me know if there's anything that I missed, and give a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.